First of all, thank you for having me on the show. We recently saw the Q1 results for the majority of the UAE banks, Dubai banks included. So that has really surprised the markets because analysts were expecting some sort of moderation in the NII as well as the overall profitability of the banks. But if you look at the majority of the banking sector results, the lending continues to be very strong. Now, there are expectations of the drop in the net interest margin, but assuming that the Fed is going to stay its course, suddenly we are saying US Fed that is turning hawkish. So, the overall, the strength of the banking sector is really holding strong for the overall markets. We saw MR give its results for the entire fiscal year 2023, which showed a 60% rise in the overall sales in the overall apartments, the reality, the inventory units. So that is turning out to be really positive factor for the overall markets.
Okay, Bhavik, in terms of the performance of TFM, since it reached the 4400, it has been taking a downward trend until it reached the current levels, but it remains above the moving averages. Based on the performance of the corporate results and what you mentioned, do you think it's possible for those results to support the indicator, the index to go back to the levels that it was at the beginning of this year specifically?
See, what has happened is technically as soon as the DFM index breached the barrier of 4,000 level, so with indexes, this tends to be a psychological selling pressure. You know, people try to book their profits as far as traders are concerned. So what we are seeing is basically moderation, which is going to be temporary. The overall scenario continues to remain bullish. So our next target, personally, from a technical side, is we are seeing further retest of the upside resistance of 4,500 levels. Again, the corporate results continue to be very strong. Company like Deva, which got listed 1 to 1.5 years ago, it is now the largest company by the market cap. So the primary sector activity in the markets is supporting the secondary sector activity. So it's a matter of time before we see the new highs in the DFM index.
In this regard, if we look at other index like dividends in Abu Dhabi or Dubai, in Dubai we're talking about a dividend of 5.4% for the index versus a different number for Abu Dhabi. So are there certain signals for this in terms of liquidity and flows into the two markets, Bhavik?
What has happened is Dubai government has been absolutely smart in going forward the listing of its cash-rich utility companies. So recently, we started the year with the Parkin IPO. We had big blockbuster IPOs, even from the Abu Dhabi side. But what happens is if you are giving a dividend yield that is in the range of 5 to 6%, some IPOs have also topped the 6% dividend yield range. It basically entices the retail investors. So Dubai has got a really strong support leg, I would say, from this retail investment.